What's going on, guys? I'm Jeff, the Yoshi Fanatic, and welcome to part 6 of Super Princess Peach. Guys, we took a little bit of a break from Super Princess Peach last week to play some Mario Kart. And yeah, we're back. We're back with more Super Princess Peach. I found out in the last stream that there's some pretty serious post-game content going on here, so I wasn't anticipating that. I thought we were going to be done last time, but I do want to check out some of these post-game levels, and yeah, let's see what we can do with that. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to Robert, Casey Brim, Blues Cat, Luke, and Jacob. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to part 6 of Super Princess Peach. Also, one little PSA. At the very end of the last stream, or the last Super Princess Peach live stream, my computer unexpectedly turned off right in the middle of the stream. So, the stream ended quite abruptly. I was playing the game and all of a sudden, all of my screen went black and all of my USB devices went unresponsive. My microphone, my keyboard, my mouse, everything. So, that was fun. My computer didn't even restart after I held the power button for 10 seconds or so. Like, I had to turn off the power switch on the back of my power supply, so that wasn't cool. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started with level 1 too. One more thing. If you didn't catch the end of the last stream, what happened is I beat Bowser, right? And every single one of these levels got new puzzle pieces for me to collect. And 3 additional levels opened up after the boss. And those levels seem to be more difficult. Yeah, 3 more difficult levels at the end of each world. So I'm pretty stoked about checking all that out. So let's go ahead and get started. First, Casey Brim says, when I was 4, I saw a trailer for this, asked my parents for it, and then never got it, but it didn't bother me because I forgot it existed. Well, I'd say you kind of missed out a little bit, but that's okay. It's not like this is one of those games that everybody talks about and everything. Yep, no problem with that. Sky is in the background today. She wants to play some Mario Kart Online. Since we're just doing the post-game content, she's not super interested in, you know, watching the rest of the stream series. But yeah, feel free to let me know any questions that you might have for her, and I will relay them to her. This is also a good way of me collecting all of the, well, trying to collect more coins so that I can get all of the puzzle pieces and all the levels in the mini games and all that. I don't know how crazy I'm gonna go with that endeavor, but we'll see. We'll see. So, besides Super Princess Peach, how about that new Direct, says Luke. Right, I do want to talk about that, or at least parts of it. Like, I don't have a lot to say about a good chunk of the Direct, but boy, there were some major announcements in that one. Boy, were there some major announcements, and I can't wait. I downloaded quite a bit of games this week, says Robert. Do tell. Did you try out some Celeste? I am curious to see what you thought of that one. But yeah, that Direct. If you're a Mario fan, in particular, boy, we're eating good this year, aren't we? We, not only do we have the, brand new 2D Mario game coming out. That's exciting. I'm really looking forward to that one. And I'll be sure to get into more, you know, more in-depth thoughts about that one as you guys would request. Let me know if you want to hear my in-depth thoughts about particular things about that. But we also have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon remaster, probably? Remaster coming to the Switch. That's exciting-ish. I don't know, I never played that one, but maybe now is the time. We have a new Princess Peach game coming out. That's kind of nutty. Looking forward to that. And there's the remake for Mario RPG coming out. And I'm definitely getting that. I only played the original once. So I can't wait for that to come out. It's been a very long time since I played that game. Well, I shouldn't say very long. It's only been since like 2015, so like 8 years. Still a long time, but could have been a lot longer. Regardless, it's a game I'm very much looking forward to. Bro, I'm excited for Mario RPG because I never played the original. Please, no spoilers, says Casey. No spoilers here. I'll be honest, I don't remember a ton of it, so yeah, you're pretty safe here. No spoilers from me. Blues Cat says, I'm hyped for Mario RPG HD as well as Super Mario Wonder. Yeah, me too. I downloaded Celeste, the Final Fantasy rhythm game, and Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, says Robert. I'm loving Celeste so far, and I think I'm kind of addicted. Yeah, I can absolutely see that. Fantastic indie platformer. 100%. It's definitely one of the indies that gets my highest recommendation. Oop. Peach, more like cherries, says Tyon. Hey, Tyon. Welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome to part 6 of Super Princess Peach. Yeah, Mario Wonder, I cannot wait for Mario Wonder. Like, it's gonna be so awesome. And one of the cool things that not a lot of people seem to be talking about is that, yeah, we got Daisy as a playable character. That, by itself, is amazing. Because Daisy hasn't been in a mainline Mario game at all since Mario Land 2. Which I feel like was, oh gosh, when did that release? Early 90s. I don't remember the exact year, but I know it was the early 90s. Thank God we're moving away from the new trend, says Tyon, right? It's about time. New Super Mario Bros. Stopped being new about a decade ago. So, yeah, time to move past that new moniker. Who gives an F about Super Princess Peach? I do! I do, Super Junior 64 Logan Rodriguez. I care about Super Princess Peach. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Super Princess Peach, Part 6. I wish we could have gotten some information on the Hollow Knight Silk Song in the Direct, says Robert. I've kind of given up on that at this point. I'm just kind of, you know, I know that it's coming out at some point, but I'm trying not to think about it because, well, I guess I don't want to be disappointed by every Direct expecting it to be there and being disappointed every single time. It was new with the DS and the Wii, and then it started to be the same, says Tyon. Yeah, agreed. What was I saying? Oh yeah, a lot of people are talking about how Daisy is a new playable character, and that's awesome. Like I said, first playable appearance of Daisy ever in a mainline Mario game. But also her first appearance in a mainline Mario game since Mario Land 2, which was a long time ago. Early 90s, I believe. But here's the thing. I'm excited for that. But what I'm more excited about is the fact that Yoshi is going to be a playable character. His very own playable character. As in, you play him more than just Mario riding on top of him. And that is something I cannot wait for. I've seen a lot of people say that, you know, oh, he might be like, you know, level specific, or maybe he'll be like the easy mode character like Nabbit was in, oh, which one was that? Mario, or New Super Mario Bros. U? And, you know, those thoughts kind of crimp my style a little bit. Like, I hope he's not just an easy mode character, and I hope that he's not just some levels. I hope he's just a straight up selectable character. The trailer made it seem like he was, and the eShop page kind of confirms that. The eShop page says that you can choose between, you know, Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Daisy, and Yoshi. Which, that's exciting for me. I hope it's like a Mario 3D World situation where, you know, each character has their strengths and their drawbacks. Like, I don't know, maybe Yoshi's is he can't use some certain power-ups. I don't know. But I'm very excited to see what that game ends up being like and how Yoshi ends up playing in that game. I cannot wait. You notice that blue toad is behind a Goomba in Mario Wonder cover? Says Casey Brim. I haven't looked at the cover too in depth. Like, I saw that Yoshi was on it holding a red shell, and I'm like, I'm happy. I thought the Goomba jacked his hat, says Tyon. Mushrooms are toad skulls. It's a part of them. My goodness, morbid. Let's see. Good job, hon. What do you think of the elephant power-up in Super Mario Wonder? That's, like, the only part that I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, I'm sure it's a bigger deal to most people than it is to me. It's not a power-up that I see myself enjoying much. It's a big deal in the fact that it's the first one we really see Mario transformed. Like, we see him turn into an elephant rather than just getting, like, elephant ears or tusks or something like that. No, he just straight up turns into an elephant. Like, that's a big deal. But, I don't know, like, that power-up doesn't really excite me very much. The thing that excites me the most is the fact that Yoshi's playable. It doesn't take much to please me. I'm a Yoshi freak, so put Yoshi in the game, make him playable, and I am stoked. I do feel like Yoshi will probably be a tad bit easier than the others, but not by much, says Tyon. Wait, so all the color Yoshis we saw in multiplayer are colors of Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad, so maybe they get a power that turns them into Yoshi? Says Casey Brim. I have my doubts. See, in both scenes where Yoshi is shown, he has his own character-specific icon next to the lives counter, which only happens if you're playing as the character. I have my doubts that it's just, in fact, I almost guarantee that it's not just a power-up that turns you into a Yoshi. Like I said, the eShop page even says that select your character between Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Daisy, and Yoshi. And that's enough proof to me right there that you can just play as him, period, start to finish. If I'm wrong, well, then I'm gonna be sad. But, you know, I'm holding on to hope. And in 4 months we will see for ourselves. When the game releases. October 20th, I believe. Luke says, it might be like the Donkey Kong Country games where you transform into a Yoshi and stay like that until the end of the level. I really hope that's not the case. I hope that you can just straight up select Yoshi as a playable character. And that's what it seems like to me. Still, if that's not the case, like, it's still fine. I get to play as Yoshi in some respect. I can't wait for that. Hopefully we won't see Yoshette. This is Tyon, oh dear. That's a trend that we wanted to see die in, you know, 2016 or whenever that meme came out. Owies. So who's only playing as Toad or Daisy the whole game, says Casey. I plan to play as Yoshi the whole game, but if that's not an option, I'll probably just play as Mario. Or maybe a Daisy, we'll see. In most Mario games, I tend to just play as Mario. I don't know, like... Whoa! That's just kind of my go-to. I don't know why. Like, I guess I'm boring. But yeah. I gotta back the homie Luigi. This is Tyon. Yeah, playing as Luigi the whole time. Can't say I blame you. Luigi's pretty fantastic too. But yeah, long story short, Mario Bros. Wonder looks wonderful. I cannot wait for that to come out. It's a breath of fresh air for the 2D Mario games. First 2D Mario game since, you know, Mario Bros. U, which was released in, I feel like 2012 or 13, so it's been basically a decade since the last 2D Mario game. But also the first, I would argue, original 2D Mario game since Mario Bros. Wii. Or a new Super Mario Bros. Wii, which was in 2010? 2009? So even that's been 14 years. That's nuts. And I am positively giddy that we'll be getting this Mario game. I can't wait. I don't think you're boring, Jeff, says Aurora. Thank you, Aurora. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to part 6 of Super Princess Peach, where we're playing the post-game content. That's exciting. How are you doing? Red, purple, blue, red. And all of the Odyssey 2 wishers cried in the corner, says Tyon. Hot take. Don't want an Odyssey 2, says KC Brim. I am not... I guess I'm kind of on the fence about that. Like, I would love to see a new Odyssey 2. But I'm not, like, you know, dying for it or anything. Okay. So, blue, purple, red, red, blue. Blue, purple, red, red, blue. Oh, it's this thing. Blue. Sorry, I gotta focus. Purple. At least now I have, like, a super full, vibe gauge. So I can just fly. But yeah, I'm not, like, super into the idea of, well, if we got an Odyssey 2, I would certainly not be complaining. I'll put it that way. But it's not like I'm, you know, aching to play an Odyssey 2. I thought Odyssey 1 was enough. Like, Odyssey 1 had so much content. It was a good, long Mario game. So, you know, I felt like I got my fill. And I feel like I can go back and replay that to a decent extent. There are people that say that it's not super replayable. In that it is a bit repetitive with the missions. Like, there's only so many types of missions that kind of just get repeated in the levels, so that kind of hurts the replayability. But, you know, I can go back to it after a year or two and just be enthralled to play it again. But yeah, I feel like Odyssey 1 was enough. Doing alright, looking into e-readers because I want to get more reading in without just using my computer, says Aurora. Nice. What e-readers are you looking at? I feel like the Kindles are pretty popular. My friend Adam has a Kindle. I think it seems pretty cool. I dig the technology. I dig the, I dig the, I don't remember what exactly the screens are called, but it's like the technology where it's a white screen and it kind of just displays, you know, the words in black on the screen that preserves a lot of battery, or I should say a lot of energy, meaning that that thing can last a very long time on a charge. That's fantastic. I love that. People need to understand Nintendo is not making a new console for a good 4 or 5 years, or maybe 3, says KC Brim. I don't know about that. It'll probably be a Kindle, but maybe a Kobo, says Aurora. I'll be honest, the Kindle is the only one I know of. Like, I'm not familiar with the others. But yeah, I wish you luck in figuring out which e-reader to get. That's pretty awesome. Jeff, what would be your favorite chapter in Celeste? So far, I'm in the middle of chapter 3, and I think chapter 2 is my favorite so far. Good question. There's not that many chapters in Celeste. It might be cheap to say, but oh, I forget what the number is. I feel like it was chapter 7. Chapter 7 is the one where, well, I don't really want to, like, give it away, but I'd say chapter 7 is probably my favorite. Chapter 2 is pretty tight, too. I really like chapter 2. So, is it safe to talk about the elephant in the room, says J-Dog. I would say so. I mean, it's not like you're gonna be spoiling anything. Like, it was just a trailer. Anybody can go watch the trailer. So, welcome to the stream, J-Dog. Wait, did you already beat the game in, is this like Secret World, says KC? Yeah, pretty much. The deal here is that I have beaten Bowser, and now I'm doing the post-game, where, the post-game basically involves you looking for a bunch of puzzle pieces that, or a bunch of new puzzle pieces that populate in the levels that you already beat. And now, there are 3 additional levels in each world that, I think they each have their own toads? No, they don't have their own toads. I think they have puzzle pieces. Yeah, and they're more challenging stages, so it's a pretty hefty post-game. Chapter 2 was stressful for me, says Robert. I really liked it. I've seen way too much elephant fan art these past few days, says Aurora. Oh boy, I can imagine. That's what makes it my favorite, says Robert. Can you show what the shop looks like? I did. Also, I'm going to try and fight the boss and see if that gives me the, Oh, I have to do the touch minigame again. Oh, no, I don't. I can skip it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fight the boss. I think that I might have to do that in order... New stages? Question mark? More new stages? Well, let's beat this guy and figure out what that means. So, funny coincidence, you're playing Super Princess Peach with there being a new game just announced a few days ago all about Princess Peach. Yeah, J-Dog, I'm excited to see what that entails. Like, the trailer for that wasn't exactly very... Whoa. The trailer for that wasn't exactly... detailed, I suppose. Like... We have no idea what Super Princess Peach, or what the next Princess Peach game has to offer, other than it being a stage play. I don't know what the mechanics are, I don't know what the genre is, I don't know what the point is, but boy, I can't wait to find out. I'm very excited. I mean, after playing Super Princess Peach and enjoying it far more than I thought, I'm very excited to see what another Princess Peach game has to offer. Did you know people were into drawing all the Mario characters as elephants? Like before the announcement of Mario Wonder, or after? I'm hoping after. Alright, come at me, bro. The little teaser of the Peach game looked like a little centered around girls, says Casey. I mean, probably, but, you know, I know that my wife will love it, and I can't wait to see what it's all about. We're buying it regardless of whether or not it appeals to me, because I know it will appeal to my wife. New stages! What does that mean? You got new stages in Area 2. Oh. So, in Area 2, I guess that unlocks the additional stages. Yeah, that unlocks these. So I guess if I go to, like, World 4, there won't be these extra stages. So I have to beat the bosses again to unlock those. I see. Okay. Stop! No, we already got Bowsette, says Luke. I'm willing to bet the new Peach game will be a puzzle-based game, says Tyon. Yeah, maybe. Brainpick says, hello there, Jeff. How's the stream going? Sorry, I'm late. I was at a dentist. Lol. Oh, that's not fun. Welcome to the stream, Brainpick. Stream's going pretty well. We're having fun. How are you? Other than your dentist appointment. Casey says, bro, I can't wait to play Mario Wonder and see Toad or Yoshi as elephants. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I was thinking about that earlier. Like, oh boy, what are the rest of the characters gonna look like as elephants? Or is it like a Mario-specific power-up? I don't know. I have no idea how that's all gonna work. But now to the big thing. Man, I love Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I love 2D Mario, and they're finally going in a more creative route, says J-Dog. Agreed. It's very nice to see that 2D Mario is getting back some of its creativity. I can't wait to see what it has to offer. And it's got Arlo interested, so that's always a good sign. Can't wait to play the game as Daisy, says Aurora. I can't blame you. I saw that and I got excited about that. I guess it's technically not the first, you know, Mario game Daisy's been playable in. Other than the sports games and stuff. Like, she was playable in Mario Run, but I think most people don't really consider Mario Run to be like a mainline Mario game. It's also, that's also a game where Yoshi was playable as a, well, fully selectable character that you could just play the levels with. So, I guess that's worth noting, but like, mainline Mario games, this is the first time Yoshi and Daisy are purely playable in a Super Mario Brothers game. I guess you could count, you know, Yoshi's Island as being a Mario Brothers game. It's Super Mario World. Super Mario World 2. I suppose you can count that. I wouldn't personally, but, you know, a lot of people do, and I can't really say that's, you know, not valid. I wonder if Yoshi will be able to use power-ups if he is just playable and a specific? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how the power-ups are gonna work. If the game is going to be properly balanced, like I would say that it pretty much is in Mario 3D World, I'd imagine all the characters will have like positives and negatives to them. So I look forward to seeing how it's all balanced out. Can't wait to play the game as Daisy. Oh, I read that already. Brainpick says, if Super Mario Bros. Wonder allows you to play as Yoshi, Nintendo already has my money on the desk, says Brainpick. I don't pre-order games, but I 100% assure you that as soon as that game drops, and I'm able to find it in store, I don't really do digital, I will be picking it up at the first available opportunity. And if you guys wouldn't mind, I might want to stream it. I mean, I would love to stream it, so if you guys are okay with that. So, J-Dog says, fun fact, I'm a type of person who really loves analyzing and looking at backgrounds in 2D video games, and while I really like new Super Mario Bros. Used backgrounds, man, the backgrounds here look like fantastic and breathtaking. For sure, I don't tend to pay as much attention to that stuff, but what I did see and what I did pay attention to, it did truly look fantastic. And a lot of people are pointing out details like, in the beach levels, the mountains and hills look like waves themselves, which that's fantastic. I love seeing Nintendo get creative with this sort of stuff. Aurora says, multiplayer stream? I don't think so. Per the eShop page, it seems like it's just local multiplayer, first off. But yeah, I don't know about doing a multiplayer live stream. The last one we had was pretty hectic. Not sure if I'm gonna do another one for a while. Jeff, what if there was an HD remaster of Yoshi's Island? I mean, yeah. If there was an HD remaster of Yoshi's Island, I would absolutely pick it up and play it. I'd probably even make a video on it. But I don't really think Yoshi's Island needs a remaster. It's already such a good game. It looks fantastic, plays fantastic. There's not really a lot wrong with it. So, like many games on the Super Nintendo, I don't think it really needs a remake. But if they ever did come up with a remake, I would play it, for sure. Yes, stream it, says Robert. I shall. I'm gonna virtually get Mario RPG on eShop, but I will get the physical of Mario Wonder just to see how cool it looks, says Casey. I'm pretty much, you know, I want the physical cartridge and or disc for pretty much any game that I can get. Like, even games that, you know, the main producers, developers, what have you, don't put out a like a physical edition of it, like Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I'll still do my best to get it on physical. Like, I forget what the company's name was, but, like I Am 8-Bit or something. But, there are companies that will put, you know, these digital-only games on a cartridge or a disc, and that's fantastic. So, whenever that's an option, that's what I prefer to do. Also, I've got a question. When do you think you'll be completely finishing Super Princess Peach? Says Brainpick. Not sure. I'm thinking probably the next 2 or 3 streams. Because now that I've got pretty much all of the power-ups and abilities and all that sort of stuff, I should be able to pretty much fly through these levels. It should be pretty quick. But there's a lot of levels to get through, so we'll see. We shall see. Hello, says Yahir. Hello, Yahir, you're here! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to part 6 of Super Princess Peach. How are you doing? We got the Pipe Mountains, which are cool, and with how it looks so far, it seems World 1 is going to start in the fields and go into these Pipe Mountains. Says J-Dog. Oh, I should have stayed up there. Come here, you. No, stop us. Let me hit you. Okay, thank you. Also, oh no! Also, in the first stage background, if you look to the left in the background, you can see the Mushroom Kingdom, which makes me think this new land is like a neighboring kingdom. That will be so cool. Yahir says, yeah, good, how are you? I am fantastic. Thanks for asking. The one problem I have with Yoshi games is that sometimes it's just too easy, says Casey Brim. I'd agree. Most Yoshi games have a difficulty problem. One of those, it's one of those things that I really want to see the Yoshi series address. There are some games like, or there are some Yoshi games like Yoshi's Island. I guess Yoshi's Island and Woolly World are the best as far as difficulty scaling and all that. But yeah, it's something that I would like to see the Yoshi series improve on, for sure. Solar Flare says, hey Jeff, sorry I'm late. I was at my second cousin's wedding rehearsal dinner, says Solar Flare. Well, welcome to the stream, Solar Flare. That's absolutely a worthy excuse of getting here late. Remember, real life stuff comes first. With all that said, how are you doing? How was the rehearsal dinner? And welcome to part 6 of Super Princess Peach. If a game is digital only, I prefer to get it on Steam, says Aurora. I kind of go back and forth a little bit. Like, obviously I have Steam and I have my Switch. And I go back and forth on like, well, I want it on Steam so that I can get the achievements. But I also want it on my Switch so that I have the ability to just, you know, play it handheld or any of that stuff. Like, the benefits that come from playing it on a console specifically. I really do go back and forth on it. Sometimes if I'm like really into the game, I'll double dip. I'll get it on both. But that's pretty rare, especially these days. I'm great. They had good chicken. Chicken Alfredo at the dinner. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. Sky says she likes chicken Alfredo. She loves it. Yeah, Sky really likes the cream-based pasta dishes. Cream sauce-based dishes, like Alfredo and, well, Alfredo is really the main one. But, like, Primavera Carbonara counts. You know, it's the carbonara that's made with, you know, eggs, cheese, and heavy cream, as opposed to just egg and cheese, which is traditional. She also likes scampi. That's not, like, a cream-based sauce, but it's still, you know, still one of her favorites. I like scampi as well. I make a good cilantro chicken Alfredo, says Aurora. That sounds fantastic. Solar Flare says carbonara is my fave, but I like Alfredo. I think for me, it goes Primavera Carbonara, Alfredo, scampi, real carbonara, and red sauce pastas like chicken parm and meat sauce. Isn't scampi a wine-based sauce? Says Solar Flare. Yes, it is. You are correct. Wow, I'm like face-tanking these guys. You are correct. It is a wine-based sauce. And it's fantastic. I like scampi a lot. But it's... yeah. The thing with carbonara is you need to cook the eggs a certain way, says Solar Flare. Again, correct. Carbonara is... it's a sauce that is made of eggs and cheese. And the way that you cook it is, well, first you'll cook the bacon, or guanciale, whichever you prefer. Guanciale is more traditional. That's like pork jowl. But you can use bacon too. That's perfectly acceptable. Then, you know, you reserve some of the bacon grease. You put in some garlic and some... Yeah, you put in some garlic. You could put in some red pepper flakes if you wanted. I haven't yet. I'd like to try that. And then you add your cooked noodles to that. While they're still hot, the heat is off at this point. You add your cooked noodles. And while the noodles are still hot, you pour in a mixture of egg and cheese. I believe it's Parmesan and Romano is what I use. Parmigiano Reggiano is pretty popular, I think. But it's eggs and cheese, all mixed together, and then you pour it over the hot noodles and bacon and let the ambient heat of the noodles cook the eggs. Now, there's a reason that restaurants won't do that, and when you get carbonara at these said restaurants, it's not prepared that way. I feel like it's more of a jarred sauce. Because it's tricky to get real carbonara right. And if you don't cook it enough, it can be a health concern. Absolutely. Like, you can worry about getting salmonella or those sorts of things from eating raw eggs. Because you're relying on the ambient heat of... Good job, hon. Because you're relying on the ambient heat of the noodles to cook your eggs. And, yeah, if your noodles aren't hot enough, your eggs aren't going to cook enough. But if you're cooking it over heat, like even medium-low heat, you could end up with noodles and scrambled eggs. And that's not what you want. You want a creamy, thick sauce. So, yeah. Carbonara is one of those things that's tricky to get right, but if you do get it right, oh, it's so good. The eggs are what give carbonara its rich flavor. Solar Flare. You are absolutely correct. It's the eggs and the cheese also gives it a pretty good flavor, but it's primarily the eggs. And I think that's what I like so much about it. It's such a robust flavor. I love it. Oh, good job, hon. Sky is playing some Mario Kart 8 online. Oh, no. Good job, hon. You could also pasteurize the eggs first, says Aurora. There you go. Oh, no, I missed something in there. Yeah, there's certainly things that you could do to mitigate the risks of eating, like, essentially raw eggs. They're not raw if you cook them, if you do it right, but yeah, there's things that you can do. Oh, I know what I missed. But yeah, I grew up on red sauces. I grew up on, you know, tomato sauce with ground beef. Sometimes my mom would cut up some kielbasa and add it into the meat sauce. Boy. And she's like perfected it at this point. Like, I cannot hope to compare to the way that my mom prepares a red meat sauce. It's so good. How do you feel about Plessy replacing Yoshi in 3D World, asks Casey Brim. I was very sad to see that Yoshi was not in that game, but Plessy is adorable. Plessy's no replacement for Yoshi. You can't replace Yoshi. But, you know, Plessy's cute, so... Plessy's inclusion, definitely a bright streak. Any kind of sausage and red sauce is good, says Aurora. Definitely. And I feel like I could probably do more with red sauce than I have done. Like, I pretty much just do ground beef with garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper. And it's very good. Sometimes I'll throw in some green peppers, sometimes I'll add kielbasa. But I'm sure I could do more. Like, I could make my own tomato sauce, for example. I pretty much just go with the Wegmans, like, or, you know, equivalent grocery store red sauce. It's pretty solid. Jeff, if you're interested in Final Fantasy rhythm game, they have a demo for free on the game, says Robert. Can't say I'm too interested in Final Fantasy or rhythm games just in general, so I think I'll pass, but it's cool that it's available. I always like it when there's a demo as an option. That said, I feel like I'm probably one of those people that makes companies like, why are we making these stupid demos? Because I play a demo and I'm like, sweet, that was fun. I'll buy that game eventually, and then I don't for a long time. Like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I downloaded the demo close to release, and I played it, and I'm like, this is fantastic. I'm going to buy this game, and I still haven't. I would like to at some point. I'm pretty much waiting for it to go on sale for 40 bucks, which I'm hoping it does some Black Friday or something. I mean, I've got plenty of games in the meantime to keep me busy, but, you know, I would like to get that game and play it eventually. Try nutritional yeast for red sauce? Interesting. Gotta go again. Where I am, these streams are at 10 p.m. Sorry, bye, says Casey. Yeah, I mean, it's almost 11 for me, so, but thank you for tuning into the stream, Casey Brim. It was good to see you again. I hope you have a pleasant evening, and I hope to see you again sometime. Give me a star. No, not the turnips! Jeff, next week I'm gonna watch a 4 a.m. Jeff stream, because I'll be in Spain. I will never miss a Jeff stream fully, says Solar Flare. What you could do is you could wake up at 6 and catch, like, the last hour of the stream. Like 6 a.m., yeah. He's gonna be in Spain next week. This guy's looking forward to our vacation, too. We're not going out of the country, but we're gonna have a good time. She says she's also looking forward to our anniversary. I bought her, well, we bought her new engagement ring and wedding band. When we first got married, I was broke. So, I mean, it doesn't help that we had to pay for the majority of our wedding. But also I had to buy a house. So, yeah, there were a lot of things we had to spend money on aside from just the wedding. So, we were broke. I could not get her very nice rings. The ring that I got her was like 150 bucks. And it was nice. It's a silver ring. I had them replace the diamond with a pink sapphire because this guy likes pink. And yeah, I thought it was beautiful. She still likes it, but it wasn't what she wanted for her whole life. So we decided that since it's our 5-year anniversary, now was a good time to buy her replacement rings. Sky says that, she also wanted something that reminded her of a rose. In particular, she is fond of the symbolism of Jesus being the Rose of Sharon. So, feel free to look that up if that piques your interest, but suffice it to say, she wanted something that was rose-themed. So, we found something that, yeah, pretty much fills those roles and meets those criteria. So that's our big 5-year anniversary thing. My comment got skipped. I feel bad each time I say that because it makes me feel like I'm being rude and needy, says J-Dog. I'm sorry. J-Dog says, yeah, and I feel it's interesting. My interest in the backgrounds cause not many others have that interest, which makes me feel unique since it's really an artistic merit when it comes to backgrounds. Yeah, sure. For sure. Soshi the Yoshi says, honestly, I really love the sprites in this game. I like them more than the Mario and Luigi sprites, to be honest. Welcome to the stream, Soshi the Yoshi. Honestly, yeah, the art style in this game, I really like it too. And to me, it feels like, you know, It reminds me a lot of the Yoshi's Island DS art style and sprites. Like, they're not an exact one-for-one, but I feel like you could swap sprites between the games and they wouldn't look completely out of place. It's a nice looking game for sure. And I know I've said this a lot in the stream series, but I have to reiterate, I've had so much fun with this game, and it's been a much more pleasant experience than I even thought it would be. Like, I have nostalgia for this game. I knew I was gonna have fun, but it's been way better than even I thought it was gonna be. I can see the Yoshi's Island influence, but I like Super Princess Peach's art style a lot, says Soshi the Yoshi. Agreed, it looks great. I suppose I would like to see what it would look like on, you know, a more modern console. Like, I'd be interested to see what this art style would look like adapted into HD and not, like, pixel-based. Or, like, giving the pixel-based sprites a little bit more definition. Because they do kind of look a little muddy. Obviously, they're quite pixelated, but they look great. They have a lot of character to them. They're very colorful and pleasant to look at. It's just they don't have a lot of definition being on a, well, not very powerful console. But I can't really complain about that. It looks fantastic. It's not like a slight on pixel-based games. I just have a bit of a preference. Pixel-based games can look good, but I've gotten to the point where I don't prefer them, I suppose. Did I get the secret thing? I hope so. Jeff, I had ketchup steak for dinner and it was delicious, says Robert. Please elaborate. What is ketchup steak? I got the star! This guy says she likes ketchup and she likes steak, so it sounds yummy to her. I'm a little bit more skeptical, but I've gotten pretty fond of making steak and making it a very certain way. Alright, let's see what all I can buy here. Let's max out the vibe meter. Another strong point is the music, especially the victory theme, says Soshi. Yeah, the music has been another surprising high point in this game. Oh, and I like Perry's design, says Soshi. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on all those points. There are some songs that are particular bops. Like the volcano theme. Grumble Volcano. That has to be my favorite music in this game. It's so great. And I hope that we get to Grumble Volcano in this stream. Well, I can go to Grumble Volcano anytime I want. I'm doing the post-game. But, you know, I'm kind of trying to do these in order and revisit all the worlds in order, pretty much. What you got to say, Perry Block? Wait, what does it say? Hang on. I'm gonna read that again. I didn't read the first. Did you know somewhere on Vibe Island a very odd enemy waits for you? It's shaped like a star. It's been spotted all over, from Who's Wood to Wavy Beach to Gleam Glacier, or so I've heard. You have to attack it over and over to defeat it, so be prepared when you find it. I don't know if I've run into that thing yet. The only other thing I know besides the emotion mechanic is that you have to rescue all of the toads to beat Bowser, says Soshi. It's kind of like the original Pac-Man world where you had to rescue all the family members to defeat the final boss. Yeah, I was kind of wondering what all the toads did. It seems like you're right. You have to collect all of them in order to unlock the final battle with Bowser, which I think that's a bit lame. But I can't complain personally because I pretty much just collect them all as I go. Like, I didn't miss any of them. And I was wondering if that was just a thing. Oops. I was wondering if that was a thing throughout the entire game. Like, you couldn't fight the bosses per world if you hadn't unlocked, or if you hadn't found all of the toads in that world. Nice to get some, thank you, Aurora. Nice to get some confirmation on that. Okay, so ketchup steak is a steak covered in, like, a ketchup sauce that is on top of mashed potatoes, says Robert. Interesting. That is interesting. I don't know if I'd like that. Maybe I would. As I said earlier in the Discord, don't knock it till you try it, and I have not tried it, so I shouldn't be knocking it. It does seem like a tedious task, but Peach would definitely save any Toad she sees since she's nice like that, says Soshi. That's true, but I feel like, you know, that's limiting the appeal of the game somewhat to completionists. Like, I'm a big proponent of when video games try to appeal to as many people as possible. And by that I mean, like, well, maybe an example would be good to go through just to get my point across. The new Super Mario Bros. Games and the Yoshi games, particularly Yoshi's Island and Yoshi's Woolly World, tend to appeal to a wide demographic because it appeals to the younger, less experienced gamers who, the younger, less experienced gamers who just want to get to the end of the level or just have a good time. Like, the base mechanics and the skill floor are such that pretty much anyone of any skill level and age range can pick up a controller and enjoy the game. Then it also appeals to the not completionists, but older, more experienced gamers who can master the mechanics and fly through the levels and challenge themselves with certain things, like, well, getting through a level particularly quickly, or pulling off particularly tricky tricks. And then it also appeals to completionists who want to find all of the hidden things in the level. When you make it so that you have to collect all of a certain thing to get to the end of the game, it kind of limits that appeal to, you know, people who don't care about beating the game, who just want to play it and have a good time, and completionists because, well, there's a completion criteria you have to meet in order to beat the game. I don't know. I feel like they didn't need to require the Toads to be collected in order to beat the game. I feel like that was unnecessary. Not that it bothers me particularly, because I am more of a completionist. That's kind of just me getting upset on behalf of other people. Don't know what the ketchup sauce is made out of, says Robert. I would imagine that it's primarily ketchup, but that's just a guess. So she says, it does seem like oh, sorry, I've read that already. I recently got Topsy-Turvy. Topsy-Turvy. It's an alright game so far, but I'm not too fond of the nerfed flutter jump. I do like the tilt stuff in it. I'll get to that in a second. My personal loot box moment from childhood was future Bowser and Yoshi's New Island telling me I had to redo the levels I used the wings on just to see the final boss, says J-Dog. Fun fact, I didn't even know that was a thing until I started writing my Yoshi's New Island retrospective. And I'll definitely elaborate on that further when I do get that video finished someday. Yoshi Topsy-Turvy. I don't know if you've seen my top 10 Yoshi games video. If you have, then you already pretty much know my thoughts on Topsy-Turvy, but just to recap, I think it was fun. I liked it a lot. I have a lot of nostalgia for it because, well, it was one of the games I played a lot as a kid. I like how it did things differently. I kind of liked the mission-based structure, to be honest. I thought it was fun and unique. Gave that game its very own sort of identity. That said, and to your point, I do feel like the controls are pretty abysmal. And not even just the tilting controls. The tilting controls, yeah, expectedly, those could use some work. But even just the base stuff like jumping and flutter jumping and, you know, using Yoshi's tongue and all that, that's all pretty lacking. It definitely could have used some work and refinement. And there wasn't really an excuse for it because, you know, Yoshi's Island was on the Game Boy Advance and that game controls like a dream. Yoshi Topsy-Turvy didn't feel very good to control. And on top of that, Yoshi's missing many of his staple moves. Like his ground pound and Again, his flutter jump is pretty much worthless. There are no eggs to throw in that game. You can't throw Yoshi eggs like you could in pretty much any other Yoshi game. And all of those things kind of combine to be to make a game that isn't that fun to control. Which is a shame. Most of the Yoshi games do a great job of that. Still, I liked Yoshi Topsy-Turvy. I do think it's the lesser of the main series Yoshi games. But I still enjoyed it. And I still think that there's value to be had out of it. Controlling Yoshi doesn't feel right, especially compared to Super Mario Advance 3. Yeah, his egg lay was replaced with a dead Shy Guy fart thing. Sasoshi. Yep. Yep, you're 100% correct. Poor Yoshi. He got done dirty in that game. And it's not like Yoshi Topsy-Turvy is bad. It's not like it's terrible or anything. It's just needs improvement. If they were ever to put out a remake or a remaster of it, which I doubt, but if they ever were to, there are certainly things that they could do to bring the game up to modern era and to really refine it. Jeff. Oh. Jeff, what was the most disappointing game for you? I'd have to think about that. Hang on. I especially love the sprite designs. But yeah, it's a very interesting game. I especially love the spirit designs. Yeah, for sure. The Great Spirit, or the Greed Spirit is my favorite design-wise. He's pretty silly. I liked all the different mission-based structures of the game, like the single missions, the double missions, and the fact that you didn't really have to beat every mission in order to move on, just a certain number of them. And the baseline, you know, the baseline sort of requirement for beating a mission was pretty straightforward too, pretty easy. Another game where I feel like it appeals to both young, inexperienced gamers and completionists alike. I think Woolly World made the acoustic guitars nostalgic for me, says J-Dog. I can see that, for sure. Jeff, what was the most disappointing game for you? Let me grab it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan. I saw the art style for this game. I thought that the art style looked pretty good. Like, it's kind of a cel-shaded comic book sort of style in 3D, which I thought was pretty good. But the game was so boring. I couldn't get through more than an hour and a half of it. Because I don't know, I couldn't care less for it. It was really boring. And I'm a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. I still am to this day. So the fact that that game sucked made me extremely sad. That's probably the game I've been the most disappointed by. Not that I had extremely high expectations for it. The Ninja Turtles games don't really have a great track record. But, boy, I wish that that game turned out better than it did. Soshi says, yeah, the gold medals are a good completionist bonus. Indeed, the requirements for those are pretty stringent. Heroes in an eggshell, Yoshi power! Love it. Jeff, do you think that there will be a sequel to Celeste? Asks Robert. Likely not. Though wouldn't that be neat? The only reason I say I don't think that we'll see a sequel for it, at least in the near future, is because the devs for Celeste are already working on a different game. It seems to be more of like a Metroidvania style game. Maybe that's not even the right term for it, but it definitely seems to have a different feel than Celeste did. But it's not a sequel to Celeste, at least as far as we can tell. So no, I don't anticipate that Celeste will be getting a sequel anytime soon. There are, however, fan mod packs that, I'm not sure if you figured this out in Celeste or not, but there are different versions of each stage. There's 3 different versions of each stage that you can unlock via, well, a couple different means. The B side of the stage, and they're all more challenging versions of those stages. for different reasons. But there's a B side and a C side. And you can unlock those by finding the cassette tapes in the levels and by beating the 7th chapter, I want to say. That's what unlocks the B and C sides respectively. And then there's a mod pack, or like fan levels, that are, they call them the D side levels, which means they're even more difficult than the B and C sides, which is ridiculous. Those are already quite challenging. But if you're interested in additional content around Celeste after you beat Celeste, that's where I would look. I'd say though that Celeste is I'd say that it's an exceedingly, I shouldn't say exceedingly, I should say it's a absolutely satisfactory amount of game for not only the price, but also just for the genre as a whole. Like, I spent 50 hours in the game completing it. So you can definitely get a lot of mileage out of that one. Do you know what the game is called? Asks Robert. No, I don't remember. Gosh, I can't even remember what the name of the developer was. It used to be Matt Makes Games. I think now it's... Oh... It's something about them being, like, adequate developers, or, like, something that's kind of, like, somewhat self-derogatory. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, we're great. They're, like, kinda good games or something like that. I don't remember what they called themselves, but... You know, I guess they'll just look up Celeste developer new game, and you should find it. Let's go. Amazing Flying Hammer Bro in his only appearance besides Super Mario World and its remakes, says Soshi. Yeah, very observant. Even the Sumo Brothers got featured in other games other than Mario World. It's kind of funny, honestly. Oh yeah, another thing that hyped me was, and this is probably just what the stage is gonna look like in Wonder Flower mode, but I'm so happy Shadow levels are in Mario now, says J-Dog. Yeah, like, I feel like that was popularized most by Donkey Kong Country Returns? I feel like Returns did that first. I don't feel like that was something new that the Tropical Freeze, or that Tropical Freeze brought in. Maybe it was? I don't remember. But you know what I'm talking about. Oof. Oof. I gotta heal. Also, I just realized that I'm playing the more difficult levels. These are a lot of fun. There's not as many collectibles in them, if any. Like, it seemed like there was only one puzzle piece, and it was at the very end of the level before I wrapped up the level. So, I actually appreciate that. Like, it's making me do challenges that are based entirely on just the mechanics of this game, and it's a pretty straightforward run through the level, but it's really expanding on some of these concepts and making me really work for it. Not that they're that challenging. I mean, this game really isn't very challenging. One of the critiques I've heard about this game is that it's not challenging enough. I can see that. It definitely does err on the easier side. But I don't super have a problem with that. I think easy games have their place. Still, I do appreciate the fact that these levels are more challenging and are making me work for it a little bit more. That's nice. I appreciate that. And I think it's a great... completionist sort of reward. It's a great completion reward. And I treasure games that do that. Guys, we should get the completionist to play Super Princess Peach if he hasn't already. I would love to see what he thinks. I'd imagine that this is probably one of the very few games that would get the rating of complete it. I'll get to the comments in just a second. I would like to finish the stage first. Now this might be a good spot. Well, let me finish the stage first. Get me out of here! Ah, turnips. I'm pretty sure he has, says Aurora. Has he? I gotta watch that episode. Now, let me look it up quick. I'm curious now. Yeah, he has. 3 years ago, wow. And I watched it! I don't remember it at all. I gotta watch that again. Oh yeah, another thing that hyped me was, and this is probably just what the stage is gonna... Oh, sorry, I already read that. Tropical Freeze reused the concepts, but made it better. But I hope we see some more shadow levels here. There was one part that had them turn on light out in a desert and turning it on to shadow, so yay, says J-Dog. That's exciting. I searched it up, and it said that the developers are Maddie Makes Games and Extremely OK Games. Okay, it's Extremely OK Games that I was thinking of. Alright, let's go ahead and do level 2-9 here. Ooh, Spike! I forget if he was in any of the other levels. I don't remember seeing him. But it's possible that I just killed him too quickly, and just don't recall seeing him. I do that sometimes. Aurora, do you remember if Gerard gave the game a rating of complete it? I gotta go back and rewatch that episode now that I've... Well, I don't want to rewatch it until I've completed the game for myself. Like, once I've completed the game, or at least finished streaming it to the point where, you know, I'm done playing it, which may or may not be before I 100% complete it. I do want to wait until then before I go and check out his review. But do you remember if he gave it complete it? I can't imagine that this would be any lower than a finish it. Just saw a thumbnail saying the Baby Wiggler is the true villain. Kirby really has given people trust issues. He did not. It was finish it. Interesting. See, I think that these levels are a great completion reward. Like I said, I'll have to see what he thought. I'll have to go back and rewatch that video to see what he thought, but I think that these levels are a great completion reward. Ah, no! Ah, no! Let's go! Uh-oh. Oh, sweet. I got the star. Let's go. Okay, so we've gotten through the entirety of 2 worlds in the last hour. I think we're making pretty good pace here. Let's go to Shriek Mansion. That's one thing I appreciate here is this is essentially New Game Plus. I'm playing through all the levels that I've already played through, but I still have all of my abilities, all of my enhanced moves and all that. So like I can pretty much fly through this. I don't know, I think it's a little excessive having to go back through every level and find a bunch of stuff again. Maybe that's why he didn't rate it completed, because you have to go through every single level again. Though in fairness, it doesn't take that long. I'm also happy so many new characters and enemies are being introduced. It feels like Mario World with all the new enemies. Also, the heck was that flower toad at the end? Says J-Dog. Yeah, I agree. Again, it feels great to see the Mario series innovating again with Mario Odyssey and now Mario Bros. Wonder. I can't wait to see what Mario Bros. Wonder has to offer us, and I just can't wait to play it. It looks so fantastic. Like, seriously, October 20th can't get here soon enough. Or is it October 22nd? I don't know, like early or late October. I can't wait. Owies. There's been a lot of Mario this year on my streams. I think, yeah, I streamed Mario All-Stars earlier this year. Now I'm playing Super Princess Peach. I played a Yoshi game this year, right? Did I play Yoshi's Story this year, or was that the end of last year? I feel like it was this year, in January or so. I played a lot of Mario stuff this year. And that's not a bad thing. Okay, where do I go from here? Alright, This year, says Luke. Okay. I thought so. Time, though. It's a blur. I know everyone lost their mind seeing Mario RPG, says J-Dog. I feel like part of the reason for that is because we all thought it was so unlikely. Like, the copyright is split up between, you know, Nintendo and Square Enix. It's kind of a surprise that we're seeing it get remade. I will say I'm a little sad to see that, you know, Square Enix is holding on to the copyrights for Geno and Boshi and Mallow and all the various enemies that you fight. And the only reason I'm sad about that is because we're not going to see Boshi in, like, a mainline Mario or Yoshi game any time in the near future, if ever. I really want to see that. That's something I really would like to see out of, like a Yoshi game or something like that. So, it's a little sad to see that Nintendo hasn't, like, tried to purchase the rights for Boshi and Mallow and Geno, but... yeah, one can dream. I can dream. It's a bit of a pipe dream. I would like to see Boshi in more stuff. Like, I'd like to see him be, like, a friendly rival for Yoshi in, like, some of the main series games or something like that. If they were ever to expand on, like, the lore and story of the Mario games, that's one thing I would like to see. But again, that's a pipe dream. That's not going to happen anytime in the near future. Though I guess I can maintain hope, like... you know, I wouldn't have thought that... well, I don't know. I feel like the more that Yoshiaki Koizumi starts taking over, the more we're gonna see of interesting Mario stuff, and that might even expand to lore in the future. Then again, I might just be being too hopeful at this point. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to see Boshi in some future Yoshi games? I forget where this thing is. Oh, there it is. I found it. I finded it! I found the thing. I feel like we could get through at least half of the worlds in this stream. I say Boshi! Says Robert. Yes. Indeed. Let's get Boshi in a real, or another game. I was about to say real game, but it's not like Super Mario RPG isn't a real game. Screw Boshi. We should just get Fat Yoshi instead, says Luke. Didn't we get Fat Yoshi in Paper Mario? Like, I feel like there was a Fat Yoshi in Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. I feel like there was one in one of the Paper Mario games too. Paper Mario 64 probably. I like how I'm seriously talking about, like, ah yes, Fat Yoshi, yes, we have seen him in a game before. Meow. Did I get everything in this screen? I think so. Let's make sure. It seems that way. I also think the reason Mario Wonder is so innovative is because they got younger, new developers and told them to try and make 2D Mario feel innovative and new again, and they delivered. I think you're right, J-Dog. I think you're right. I think we're starting to see the younger developers start to take more of a leading role in these major first-party games. Yes, that is a good thing. At least in my mind, because... especially for the Mario games, I would say, but... yeah, you know what, I'm gonna stick to that. Especially for the Mario games, because they had gotten quite stale. And... I don't know who it is that's calling the shots and making the Mario games feel so static and not innovative, but I feel like Shigeru Miyamoto is probably one of the head honchos making that call. Not that Shigeru Miyamoto is a bad developer or anything like that. Without him, we wouldn't have any of these, like, super great first-party Nintendo games. Like, he's responsible for all of those, or a large number of them. But, let's just say he likes things a certain way. And I feel like where we're at in gaming now has kind of grown out of that certain way of video games. I feel like that might not even be a great way to put it. It just feels like, you know, the gaming landscape has changed, and Shigeru Miyamoto's developing style hasn't really changed with it. That sounds pretty... I think that probably sounds more harsh than it ought to. Again, I have a lot of respect for Shigeru Miyamoto, but... you know, I think it is time for the newer talent to kind of take a leading role. And I appreciate the more creative approach that some of the even older guys take. Like, Yoshiaki Koizumi has a lot more interest in making Mario more interesting than it has been. Like, he's the only reason we even had the Rosalina story in Mario Galaxy. So, you gotta give him props for that, for sure. Come on now. I don't know how I got on that tangent. Sorry I left. I'm back. What did you say the most disappointing game? It's the Solar Flare. This one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan. I really wanted to like that game. I really wanted it to be good. And it's not like it was terrible, but it was boring. For whatever reason, like, it just did not keep my interest. And I feel like that's probably the general consensus, is that it wasn't that great. I feel like a lot of us saw a lot of promise in it, and it just didn't deliver. So, yeah, that, I feel like TMNT Mutants in Manhattan is my most disappointing game. Or the game I was most disappointed by. I can't say that there have been a lot of video games that I've been disappointed by. Not a lot. I feel like these levels are taking me a little bit longer. I mean, that's to be expected. We're past the first two worlds now, it's gonna get a little less straightforward, but especially the ghost levels, there's gonna be some extra stuff that makes it a little bit more complicated. Jeff, did you hear how Kermit the Frog caused 9/11? No, I did not, Solar Flare. Do tell. Froggy Studio says hi! Hey, Froggy Studios! Speaking of Kermit the Frog. How's it going, Froggy? Welcome to the stream. J-Dog says, I wonder if the day Miyamoto retires or passes, Mario's just gonna become this lore-heavy multiverse? Says J-Dog. Press X to doubt. I don't think that will happen regardless of who's in charge. Like... yeah, I don't see Mario getting to be like this lore-intensive series, no matter who's in charge. I think that it could. Like, I think that the potential is there, but I don't think it will. Just because, well, the more into the weeds with stuff, I guess, you get, the less it really appeals to the general consumer. I think. I mean, I feel like adding even just a little bit of story would go a long way. But I don't anticipate that, you know, a heavy lore would really draw in a large audience. Certainly not the general crowd that Mario games tend to appeal to right now. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see that as being like a big selling factor for the general Mario game enjoyer. How did Kermit the Frog cause 9/11? Says Froggy Studios. I don't know. In the Muppet Christmas movie in 2002, after 9/11, Kermit is shown a world where he was never born. You can see outside Miss Piggy's house the World Trade Center. In a post 9/11 world with no Kermit, the Twin Towers would still be standing, says Solar Flare. Okay, that's hilarious. Obviously, that is a result of the production time of that movie. They likely shot the movie before... the Twin Towers were destroyed. But yeah, that's a really funny coincidence. Something Isabella related, says Luke. Something Isabella related. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Jeff, I see these flying strawberries in Celeste and don't know how to get them, and it annoys me, says Robert. So the flying strawberries in Celeste, you can only collect those, or I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but the strawberries fly away as soon as you jump, or not jump, as soon as you dash. As soon as you dash, those strawberries will fly away. So you have to collect them without dashing, or if you do dash, then you need to collect them before they leave the screen. Because you can still collect them as they're flying away. It's just if they fly off the screen, then you can't get them at that point. I think those actually make for some pretty interesting puzzles. Even in the first level that it's in, like, you still have to navigate around all those platforms without dashing. Which I appreciate because, like, you've just been introduced to that mechanic at that point. So it's like, you want to dash at every available opportunity. Well, at least I did. But I tend to be a sucker for moves in video games like that. So, I think it's interesting. Honestly. Yes! I'm getting pretty good at hitting those stars. I think a good sign for me with Wonder is when I watched the trailer, it felt like a really well-made fan ROM. Which is a good sign when official Mario is doing this, says J-Dog. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, even the jumping animation of Mario looks like, you know, that one artwork from a Nintendo Power magazine back in the day. I feel like someone pointed that out at some point. That sounds difficult. Did you collect any flying strawberries? I collected all of the strawberries. Every single one of them. Well, not the golden strawberries, but those are ridiculous. Golden strawberries are unlocked once you've beaten the stage for the first time, I think, or maybe it's after you've collected all the strawberries for that stage. What a golden strawberry does is, as soon as you die once, like, it shows up at the very beginning of the stage, and you collect it and it follows you, and it doesn't go into your inventory until you've gotten to the end of the level without dying. I've only gotten golden strawberries on like 2 or 3 levels. And it's ridiculous. I was playing basketball with my friends on a smaller hoop so we could dunk the other day. And when I landed from one, I did something to my knee and it hurts now, says Solar Flare. Jeez. That stinks. I'm sorry to hear that. What do you think you did in particular? Like, obviously you were playing basketball and you landed on your knee hard or the wrong way. What do you think is the specific injury, though? I feel like I might just be able to skip this puzzle at this point. Nope. Okay. I remember this puzzle being very frustrating. Let's try this one. That wasn't it. Owies. Pew. I recently came back from my Florida vacation. It was mega hot, says J-Dog. You're not kidding. At this time of the year, yeah, it's gonna be hot. You're at, or you're in the summer months now. And Florida is among the hottest states in the country. It's not the hottest. But it's also muggy, which doesn't help things. I've heard that a muggy heat, like a muggy 90, is worse than a dry 110. But hey, I got to go to the real-life beach world, says J-Dog. I love the beach. I'm in my element when I'm on the beach. Sky could tell you that. Isn't that right, hon? I am in my element when I'm on the beach. Sky says she's starting to get there. Yeah, muggy sucks, says Solar Flare. Agreed. Come on. Yes! No! Don't smack me! Don't smack as me! What did I do to you? Yeah. There's no reason to, like, platform through all that. I have the ability to fly for much longer than I used to be able to now. You can't stop me, cause I've got flying powers. That was terrible. I'm checking out the Arch in St. Louis on Sunday. Have you heard of that? I feel like I have. I'm not super familiar with it, but I know it's a big national landmark. I'm back in Pennsylvania again and I love it, says J-Dog. I've wanted to go to Florida for a while. I thought about moving there at one point, but I don't think I could deal with the weather. Plus, it's too far away from my family. Meow. Gimme! Ow! Ow! You know, I honestly wish that, they didn't make me have to replay through all of these levels for the post-game content. And it's not like they're making me. It's just the fact that if I don't do it, it's gonna bother me. But yeah, I feel like the 3 additional, more challenging platform-based levels that you unlock after beating the main game, I feel like that's a sufficient reward for beating the game. I don't think that you need to add in all these extra puzzle pieces. Yeah, I don't think you need to add in all these extra puzzle pieces for the post-game. It's just a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Robert says, good night and have a good week, Jeff. You too, Robert. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you continue to enjoy Celeste. Feel free to let me know how you're doing with it, and ask me any questions you might have in the Discord. I love Celeste, so I might just be able to help you out if you get in a pinch. But yeah, other than that, have a good week. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Wah! Whee! Let's see if I can just fly back up there. Yeah, I don't know. That might not be the fastest approach. I mean, the springs are probably faster. Yeah, that was faster. Plus, it definitely... like, it guarantees that I can get up there rather than taking my chances on flying back up. That's the freaky ghosts again. The freaky boos. Yeah. J-Dog says, listen, I'm as reasonable as the next person. Oh, hang on, wait. I'm gonna put that comment on hold for a second, sorry. Because I'm being chased by ghosts. Or I was. Did I just outrun them that badly? Maybe I did. Wow. Go, Peach, go! Okay. J-Dog says, listen, I'm as reasonable as the next person, but if there's two Woolly World levels I'll never play again, it's the Ghost House in World 6 and the Special Stage in World 2. I hate those two. Let me see if I can remember what the Special Stage was in World 2. World 1 was the one with all the water, like all the water fountains and everything. What was the one in World 2? Wasn't that the Perplexing Pyramid? Yeah, those two levels are certainly... Yeah, that was it. Yeah, those two are certainly more puzzle-based. Easy to get turned around too, and the tolerances on World 2S were pretty tight, so I could see that. Jeff, the script is done for the Wii Sports video, says Solar Flare. Excellent. That's awesome. I can't wait to see that video. Very much looking forward to it. I think I have notifications for you turned on, but do let me know when you put out the video, just in case I miss it. The Night Pyramid at night with the enemies you have to keep alive, says J-Dog. Yeah, that's definitely the one I was thinking of. The Perplexing Pyramid. I like that one. It certainly isn't my favorite S level, though. That one has to be World 6S. Or 5S. Both of those were fun. Or 7S. Gosh, Woolly World just had a lot of great levels. Woolly World was just great in general. The Woolly World and New Island special course themes are great, says Solar Flare. Indeed, they are. Do 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 do. Yoshi's Woolly World, it was just a good theme in general. Yoshi's New Island, it's kind of a surprise that the special theme was good, because it's essentially the same as, or the same melody as the main game itself. It's just with different instruments. And it's kind of, it's a point that I'm going to be bringing up in my retrospective video, but it's amazing how much better the Yoshi's New Island music sounds with different instruments. If you want an example of that, look up the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate rendition of the Yoshi's New Island main theme. They do it with like a proper orchestra and flutes instead of kazoos. And it makes a world of difference, I tell you. Oh, yep, that was it. How do I get down there? Well, let's light these lanterns and find out. I should probably spend some of these coins, huh? I've got nearly 2,500 at this point. And I've bought all the major upgrades, other than, like, whatever the secret one is for 100% completing the game. Blues Cat says, I've got to go do something. I won't be on for the rest of the night. See ya, everybody. Well, Blues Cat, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope to see you next time. Maybe we'll be finishing up Super Princess Peach next time. We'll see. Take care, my friend. Have a good week. I miss my dogs. They're back at home. We got a family friend to dog sit them, says Solar Flare. Yo, can I call you Lil Uncle Jeg the Keg Cubed to the 9th Power Plus Max? Says Solar Flare. What's that, like the next new name of the new iPhone? I don't know. I feel like hearing that being my name would be a little bit tiring, so no. Do. Oh! I forgot how slow these guys were in these first few levels. Like, here, give me this. Okay, here they come. Woohoo! Didn't really need to do that, but I wanted to. My favorite level is World 4 Special, with Naval Piranha chasing you into the sky. I love it being a sequel to the castle, and the fact that the sky gets darker the higher you go. And the intenseness. Yeah, that level was nutty. I'd go as far as to say it's the hardest S level, but I don't know if I can properly say that. Those S levels got pretty nuts. World 3S, 4S, 5S, 6S, they all had very tight tolerances. And by tolerances, I mean like margin of error. Okay, little Uncle Jeg the Keg Cube to the 9th Power Plus Max Pro Mini. This is Solar Flare. Very nice. I'm like trying to skip this section. You know, that's one thing I envy. Being an Android user, that's one thing I envy about iPhones, is that they get pretty small phones. A few of my coworkers have like the small version of the iPhone, and I'm like jealous because it's quite small, and I have small hands, so that's a benefit for me. And they're fantastic hardware. I just don't like the software experience. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I just don't like the software experience. I'm shocked to hear that, because Special 4 is the special stage I like playing the most, says J-Dog. Yeah, like I said, I think it's got the tightest tolerances, the lowest margin of error. And that's not a bad thing. I thought it was a fun level. But it certainly is difficult. Especially if you're trying to collect everything, which, if you had got all the smiley flowers in the previous stages and unlocked the special S stage, then I assume you're a completionist. I beat Mario Galaxy 2, says Solar Flare. Well done. Very well done. I haven't played Mario Galaxy 2 in quite a while. I'd like to play it again at some point. Like, the last time I played Mario Galaxy 2 was actually on Livestream back in 2018, I want to say. Yeah. It was like mid-2018 when I played Mario Galaxy 2 last. So it's been 5 years since I last played Mario Galaxy 2. That's kind of nuts. The Direct got me down 240 bucks, says Solar Flare. I hear that. Honestly, for me, it would probably be more if I had more time to play video games. Because in truth, I would love to try Pikmin. Like, I would get Pikmin 1 and 2. Then I would want to buy Pikmin 4. Okay, I have to do something here. There we go. Yeah, I would want to buy Pikmin 4. I would also want to buy Pikmin 3 since now all of them are available. And I would want to buy Super Mario RPG. I'd want to buy the new Princess Peach game. I would want to buy Luigi's Mansion. I would want to buy Mario Wonder. I don't know why I have a hard time remembering the name of that game. And there's also that game that it was like an indie type 3D platform game. It was like called Penny's Big Breakaway or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like that one with the girl who has the yo-yo. And it's a 3D platformer. That one looks like a lot of fun, and I want to try it. So if I had time to play video games more often, I'd be out a lot more money. Owies. There we go. WarioWare, WarioWare, Mario Bros. Wonder, RPG, Peach Game, and more. Oh, and Pikmin 4, maybe Dark Moon. Does Sky know there's gonna be a new Peach game? She does. I informed her pretty much as soon as I knew that there was going to be a new Peach game. And she was excited. I don't know what the genre of the game is gonna be, but I'm very much looking forward to it as well. Okay. So now we're off to the extra levels. I'm gonna call them the extra levels because being a Yoshi guy, that terminology kind of just resonates with me. Or maybe I could call them the S levels. I think that would resonate with me even more. Gosh, these levels are fun. Wow, I really just plowed through all of that, huh? These levels are fun though, like they're more platform challenge based rather than like puzzle and exploring based. Which I like both approaches, but I'm definitely more partial to the platforming challenge. I love it. Woo! Woo! Boy, it's gotten warm in here. Like, we had the air conditioner on all evening. And then when I'm streaming, we can't have the air conditioner on, so it gets pretty hot in here. Jeepers! Ow. Uh-oh. I gotta be a little bit more careful here. Nuts. Well, I guess now I'll read some comments. Man, it's crazy how different Yoshi's Woolly World was in the beta. Makes me curious to see that original version, says J-Dog. I agree. It looked so much more like Kirby's Epic Yarn. Okay. What you gonna do? Okay. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, the beta for Yoshi's Woolly World, I feel like it was at E3 2014? Maybe 2013, but when it was first revealed, Yoshi's Woolly World looked a lot like Kirby's Epic Yarn. More than it already does. Like, the final product, I feel like, definitely deviates from the art style in Kirby's Epic Yarn. But, you know, the original footage, it looked a lot like Kirby's Epic Yarn, like, to the point where, you know, Yoshi's model was just like a yarn outline of, you know, Yoshi. Just like Kirby was in Kirby's Epic Yarn. And I can see why. I mean, the developers, Good Feel, like, that was like their big break game. Like, the game that really put them on the map, I feel like. So, yeah, I can't blame them for pretty much trying to copy that art style over to Yoshi. I am glad they deviated from it some, though. Woo! Mad boys. And those real-life section pictures with it makes me even more curious of the original direction, says J-Dog. Yeah, for sure. Like the, whoa. Like the, whoa! Like the Yoshis running around, running along the windowsill. I feel like that we kind of saw a little bit of that. Like, we got a little taste of that in Yoshi's Crafted World. Particularly, like, the garden levels. Like, the levels where you're running down, like, this river with all these floating platforms and all that. And you see, like, these concrete bricks or the cinder blocks in the background. I feel like that's, like, we got pretty close to seeing that original vision in Yoshi's Crafted World. Sing the Resistance with the best vocals you will ever do in the improvised magic line. Oh man, I was not keeping an eye on my health. Oops. How far back do I go? I have to replay the entire level. Okay. How does the resistance go? This is how we rise up, heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up, heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic static, call me a fanatic, the Yoshi Fanatic. It's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up. It's our resistance, you can't resist it. Oh, that one's a little bit out of my vocal range, to be honest. Oh. I am being way too reckless in this level. Banger! It's a solar flare. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Okay, I think I need to chill out here and, like, make sure that I'm not completely murdering myself. That would be preferred, I'd imagine. Owies. I say that and I murder myself anyway. Plink, 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 plink. I wish Ethan was here to tell me, yeah, you were a little bit, you were singing a little bit flat. I appreciate it though. He knows his stuff for sure. He's got a real ear for music. Gimme. 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 Ow. Gimme. Thank you. I appreciate it. Man. Seeing those guys in this game always, it's always a little bit of a fever dream, because it's like the only other game those guys, or the only other game series those guys appear in is Yoshi's Island. Like there's a decent amount of stuff that comes from the Yoshi's Island games that kind of makes its way into Super Princess Peach here. And I think that's pretty cool. Like you never see these Raven dudes in the Mario games. Like, they've only ever been in Super Princess Peach and the Yoshi games. They're like one of the primary enemies in the Yoshi games. So it's interesting to see them here. Okay, I got this time. I absolutely got this time. I'll pay more attention this time. There we go. The shower in my hotel room is so fancy, says Solar Flare. That's funny. Owie! Owie, zowie! Yikes. I love that, like, I love going to hotels and being like, wow, this bathroom is so nice. And they do tend to be. Like, if you're not going to a Days Inn or something like that, then yeah, you're most likely gonna get at least a decent bathroom. That's always nice. Alright, that one was pretty tricky, actually. Meow. Go, Peach, go! Run, run, run! Run like your life depends on it! Because it most likely does! Gosh, these levels are fun. I like these. My goodness, this is so much fun. You can really zip through some of these levels too. I have the opening song from the Prince of Egypt stuck in my head, says Solar Flare. Understandable. I forgot to tell you this, Solar Flare, but Sky and I watched the Prince of Egypt together this week. She had seen it before, but I don't think I had. And I'm glad that I finally watched it. I loved this series because it reminds me of the Yoshi series, says Solar Flare. I think that might be part of the reason why I like it too. Like I've noted a couple of times that... Oh. I've noted a couple of times that, the Super Princess Peach game here seems to have a decent, or share amount of, a decent amount of DNA with the Yoshi's Island games. In that, they're 2D platform games with some puzzle elements that have an emphasis on collecting things. It also helps that this has a very similar art style to, I feel, Yoshi's Island DS. And, I mean, I guess that's pretty much where the similarities end, but that's a pretty good chunk of similarities. Really good, wasn't it? It's amazing even if you're not a Christian, says Solar Flare. Yeah, absolutely. It was fantastic. And I do appreciate that they didn't shy away from the fact that it was based on the story of Moses from the book of Exodus. And they even said in the beginning of the movie, like, you can find the story of Moses in the Bible, in the book of Exodus. I really appreciated that. That's something that you wouldn't really see nowadays. So it was really good to see that in that movie. Really, really good. Woo! Oh boy. What horrors await me here? Well, that, I suppose. Oh, crud. Whoa! I have so many coins. I really need to spend some. Oh, I could have... Well... I was gonna say, there was an opportunity for me to get a lot more coins. Oh well. Oh, jeez! Hold on, what? Go, Peach, go! Holy cow! Talk about small margin of error. Wow! Shoot. Okay. Go, Peach, go! Whoo! Look at this! This is nuts! Oh, no, I got it. I got this. Whoo! Nicely done, Peach. Good job. Wow. Oh, shoot. Oh, I did it. I win. Wow. Now that was a sprint. Whew. That was fun. I liked that a lot. Took me about an hour to get through that one. Well, closer to 40 minutes. Let's go to the shop. Let's buy some things. Get in, loser. We're going shopping. Okay. I don't know what this is. That's on back order. Try again later. I don't know what it is, but I want it. Give it. Let's buy all of the puzzle pieces. Oop. Hey, no teasing. I like how the toad gets mad when you don't buy something. Like, I've seen atheists praise the Prince of Egypt, says Solar Flare. There's a lot to like about it. Like, first off, the base story of what happened to Moses and his the tribulations that happened to the Israelites. It's just a good all-around story, even if, you know, you are an atheist. But there's a lot of other things to really like about the movie, too. The music and the art style is fantastic. I felt like it was really well paced. They did a good job with it. Like, there's just a lot to like about it. Let's go ahead and unlock all of the levels in Toad Jump. I guess there's only 7 levels. And we'll unlock that. And Toad Shot. Lol, I watched Mean Girls this week. I recognize that line, says Solar Flare. Did you see my newest comment, says J-Dog? I guess not. Sorry. I feel like this guy wants to know if this was your first time watching that movie, Solar Flare. J-Dog says, I feel like the curiosity for Woolly World's beta isn't just because it's beta, but unlike other betas, it's literally a completely different game. Yeah, that's a good point, J-Dog. It is completely different. Oh, I can't wait. Is a certified banger. Solar Flare. It was, and it was hilarious. I suppose it was his first time watching it, huh? Ready for the best music in the game? But he says, not joking, the funniest movie I've ever seen. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I do remember thinking it was funny. But yeah, J-Dog, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that one line. Oh, thanks, Solar Flare. I always do that. I always forget to switch back over to the top screen. J-Dog says, ooh, is this that catchy song? It is. This is my favorite song in the game. It's so good. I mean, it's kind of a short loop. I think it's less than a minute long. Boy, it's good. But yeah, you're right. Like, the beta for Yoshi's Woolly World was a completely different game. Like, it really didn't carry over anything. It didn't really carry over anything from the original, or from the original beta to the new game. Like, everything was completely different. What's it called? The song. I think it's Grumble Volcano 1, Super Princess Peach. Why, do you want to make it your ringtone? If you did, I wouldn't blame you. I just went up here, right? No. Like, level whatever, it doesn't have a name. Yeah, it's Grumble Volcano 1. Grumble Volcano 1, got it. You know what's interesting? J-Dog, is Crafted World kind of had the same thing, but not quite to the same degree. Crafted World very much had the same art style in the E3 footage, but it seemed to make such a much bigger deal out of the fact that you could flip the stages. And like, you could flip the stages pretty much at any time, which seemed like an interesting mechanic. I'm kind of sad that it was relegated to being as little of as little of a deal as it ended up being. It really wasn't a big deal that you could flip the stages. Like, you flip the stages for like timed challenges, and not much else. Well, I mean, you play through the whole level in reverse to find all the Poochie Pops and some of the souvenirs, but really that isn't nearly as big of a deal as it seemed like it was going to be, based on the E3 trailer in 2017. The game changed a lot in a year and a half. Even that train boss that we saw in that first trailer turned out to be a lot different. Very, very different than how it was shown in that original trailer. So yeah, Crafted World changed a lot too. I guess that just goes to show you how much a game can change in development. Makes me think about Metroid Prime 4 and how much I'm sure that game's changed over the last 6 years that it's been in development. You know that, hon? Metroid Prime 4 has been in development for 6 years. A while, yeah, but 6 years is definitely on the longer end. And it actually restarted development in 2020, I think. So, yeah, it's probably still got a good amount of time left to go. Which is kind of mind-blowing to think about. Did that inspire the Mario Kart track, or did that come first? The Mario Kart track in Mario Kart Wii? This definitely came first. Super Princess Peach came out in 2005. Mario Kart Wii came out in 2008? Question mark? Grumble Volcano? More like Rumble Volcano. I feel like that's not much of a change compared to what Woolly World went through. It was a relatively similar game to the final with some differences, says J-Dog. They were making Metroid Prime 4. They realized they didn't like the game, so they just restarted it, says J-Dog. Yeah. They brought Retro Studios back on. They had someone else doing it at first. They're like, this was a mistake. Yeah, like, I get that it was very similar visually, but boy, the gameplay sure changed. That's for sure. For Crafted World. They're gonna reveal Prime 2 and Prime 2 remake and Prime 3 remake, then Prime 4, says Solar Flare. I mean, that would be the smart thing to do. Honestly, giving us Prime 2 and Prime 3 on Switch, I feel like would appease most of us long enough to, you know, finish up Metroid Prime 4. And honestly, at this point in the game, I kind of don't doubt that they will do that. Because that's what they did with, Pikmin. Like, I wouldn't have expected them to release Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch. And not only that, but they shadow dropped it. Like, they're like, hey, Pikmin 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch. Oh, what's that? It's already on the Switch right now. Go buy it. It's kind of nuts. What's crazy is I feel like that's gotten more common for Nintendo over the last, well, period of time. I don't really know how long. But it's gotten more common for them, and I'm here for it, dude. Like, when they shadow dropped Metroid Prime Remastered, that was insane. Like, all of us were like, wow, this looks fantastic, this looks amazing. When is it coming out? It's out today! That was ridiculous. A huge win for the internet that day was. My favorite thing from Metroid Prime 4's teaser video is the top comments. Top 10 pranks that went too far. That's a good point, J-Dog. That's a good point. Shadow drops are awesome, says Solar Flare. Yeah, they are. Big fan of those. Am I missing something? What am I missing? Here, I'm gonna give myself some health here. But yeah, Pikmin 1 and 2 shadow dropping on the Switch, that was nutty. And it makes me think that you're right. Like, we could absolutely see that same thing happen for Metroid Prime 2 and 3. And I hope that we do. Especially Metroid Prime 2. That one I feel like deserves a lot more credit than it gets. Metroid Prime 3 is good and all. Metroid Prime 2 is just something else. Some people argue that it's better than Metroid Prime 1. I don't know if I'd quite go that far, but it's certainly very good. And I do think it needs a lot more recognition than it currently gets. The bathroom Mario Kart stage looks really fun, says J-Dog. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've seen that concept used a lot. I do feel like it's kind of overdone at this point, but, you know, it looks like it'll be fun. It's a Mario Kart track. Of course it's gonna be fun. You say that's nutty a lot, says Solar Flare. I guess I do, don't I? Echoes is the best Metroid Prime, says Solar Flare. It's hard for me to say. I'm really attached to the original, but Metroid Prime 2, it's definitely very good, and I do feel like it's underrated. I wonder what Arlo thought of that. He loves Pikmin, says Solar Flare. Yeah, I watched his reaction to the Direct, and boy, you should have heard his reaction. It was nuts. What's the third one called again? Corruption. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Well, I thought they did it once before with Ribbon Road, and that this is the sequel to that. Resurrection, Destruction, says Solar Flare. It's Corruption. I don't mean just Mario Kart, J-Dog. I mean that whole, like, being tiny in a giant house sort of thing is a pretty common trope. And again, not just in Mario Kart, but, you know, elsewhere. Now I can see the intrigue. You know, that game that I've been wanting to live stream with my friend Dan, Vex, has that theme in one of the worlds. You go into like this giant's house, and one of the hearts that you get, basically the equivalent of stars in Mario 64. One of the hearts that you get is by turning on the TV, by jumping on the giant TV remote, and then playing a giant game of Pong. Or something like that. A lot of ROM hacks for Mario 64 involve worlds like that, that are just like, you know, you go into a giant's house. It is a pretty common trope. It's not that I don't mind, it's not that I don't like it. Like, I don't mind it. But I do feel like it's one of those things that gets pretty overused. Well, I don't care. It still looks fun, says J-Dog. That's absolutely fair. And it does look fun. It's Mario Kart. Of course it's going to be fun. I look forward to seeing what the other tracks in the Wave 5 are. I mean, this seems like it's going to be the original track for Wave 5. And I don't have a problem with that. I look forward to seeing what other carts they're gonna, or what other tracks they're gonna bring back next. I feel bad for Tom and Jerry. If he doesn't catch Jerry, he gets beat with a broom, and he never does, says Solar Flare. Solar Flare says, Jeff, according to IMDb, the new animated Spider-Man is the 11th best movie of all time. Wow, that's pretty high praise. I don't know if I'll go that far, but it probably is the greatest animated movie I've ever seen. Interesting. I would like to go watch it, or, you know, get the DVD when it comes out. I am excited to see it. Plop. I think once we finish off World 4 here, I think I'm gonna call it. Probably. I mean, maybe not. We'll see. Because these worlds are starting to take me a little longer. I still think I'd like to call it after World 4 here. Then probably do 2 more streams. Finishing up the last 4 worlds. I did miss something here. Owies. Ouch. It's sad how hard SpongeBob fell off. Seasons 1 through 3 were some of the best TV ever, says Solar Flare. By the way, I knew about this stage for months because the assets for it leaked a while ago, says J-Dog. Man, leaks tend to kind of ruin the surprise, don't they? Okay, it was definitely something I missed in here. Oh, I bet it was this. Yeah, I didn't go up there. I definitely missed this. Oh, I'm a silly boy. That's fine. This is fine. I must get more coins. I must. Oh. Well, it made me hyped even more, so it was quite the opposite, says J-Dog. I don't know, like, I don't really like leaks and rumors all that much. Because when the thing is actually released, it's like, oh, we already knew about this, hooray. I don't know, for me it definitely ruins the surprise a little bit. But after the movie, it took a nosedive, and that sucked since season 4 episode Good Neighbors. It has sucked. That is a shame. How'd you do, hon? Uh-oh. Nice. Sky and I have been playing a decent amount of Mario Kart 8 online recently. Sky says she wants to think she's getting pretty good. I would agree. Playing online with people is a whole different ball game than playing with the CPUs, for sure. They're a lot more aggressive, and they have all the same, like, all the same abilities to get all the same items that you can. Whereas the CPUs, I think, are locked out of getting certain ones, or like, it's certainly more frantic when you're playing with real people. Oh. Goodness gracious. Oh no, that's a bad total for coins. Okay. We fixed it. Okay, I think I can just sprint through the level at this point, because I think I got everything else. Oh, well, here's the end of the stage. Turnips! 4 out of 10 is a 7 out of 10, or season 4 is a 7 out of 10 season for SpongeBob. Yeah, I have no idea. I got no clue. Like, I didn't really follow SpongeBob on a seasons basis. It doesn't help that I didn't have TV growing up. But, you know, my parents bought us a couple of the VHS tapes. One of the ones that I really remember is the episode with the magic conch. I don't know what season that was from, but that's probably the season I'm most familiar with. Just because that's the one we had a VHS for. And then some random episodes we watched at my grandma's house. She had TV, so whenever we went over to my grandma's house, you know, we would want to watch some TV because we didn't have it at home. Season 1 is 8 out of 10, Season 2 and 3 are 9 out of 10s. Season 3, the Solar Flare. Well, thank you for informing me. Oh boy. I'm starting to feel it at this point. Did I miss anything up here? I want some coins. I do need some coins. I do appreciate the coins. Oops. Come here, you. Gosh, I love this music. Season 5 is a 4.5 out of 10, Season 6 is a 2 out of 10, so is Season 7 and 8. Ouch. That did fall off then. What do you think happened? Like, what made it so bad? Season 9 is a 6 out of 10. Okay, so some redemption at least. 6 out of 10 isn't that bad. Same with 10 to present, 6 to 7 out of 10. The original creator left. Okay, but like, for anyone who isn't familiar with the original creator, what is it that made seasons 1 through 3 better? Like, what would you point to and say this was better in seasons 1 and 2 and 3, and then got worse? Boink, boink. Owies. Owie zowie. Wowie zowie! He's dead now, rip. Oof. Did you know there was a bootleg Russian SNES called the Dendy that was promoted in many commercials and was treated like the SNES, and even had a show where the guy reviews the games? Most were bootleg. No, I did not know of this. Tell me more. Ouch. Okay. Ah, that's the thing here. Can I destroy those things? I don't know. Better animation, humor, writing ideas, and many more things. Huh, so it kind of just sounds like everything. Yeah, I can't destroy those things. They're basically just obstacles for all intents and purposes. Phew. I don't think that I need to do much else here. Nowadays, SpongeBob sits at a 5 to 7 range. That's not bad. It will never be what it once was. Sadness ensues. But like I said, 5 to 7 out of 10 isn't that bad. Uh-oh. I might have screwed up here. What in the world did I do that for? Well, I destroyed the enemy, so now I can just refill my energy gauge here. Nickelodeon is a monster. I kind of have the same sentiment towards Ninja Turtles. Like, what have they done with my boys, the TMNT? Like, the 2012 series was great. But then they brought along Rise of the Ninja Turtles, and they were trying to cater to kids with, you know, 5-second attention spans. It didn't have the depth that it used to. The animation's great. Wonderful, even. But, like, it's missing the heart. Like, it's missing the depth, the heart, and, like, the interconnected story that progresses throughout the seasons. It really didn't have that. It just felt like another slapstick comedy show. And that was sad to see that transformation. That stark change between TMNT 2012 and TMNT, or Rise of the TMNT. It was a stark difference. They waited for the original creator to die before making spin-off shows he never wanted. Yikes. That's a low blow, honestly. Owie zowie. Now I'm starting to say owie zowie a lot. Is there anything else up there? Let's go see. Let's find out. Let's find out for ourselves. No! The coin disappeared anyway. There was a review where he played the reskin of a caveman game with Mario called Mario 16, and he talked about it being so original. And when he saw the real game, he called the real one the bootleg. Gosh, that's funny. Gosh, which way do I go first? I guess this way. Wait, no, hang on. I screwed up. Oh, Coinez. Give me the coinez. Give me them their coinez. Honestly, I've gotten quite a few coins since I went shopping last. Like, we're almost up to 1,000 coins again. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, those 10 coins weren't worth it, unfortunately. Okay, I don't think there was that much there. There wasn't much happening there. Going that way was not a mistake. Or going that way first was not a mistake, I'll say that. Okay, this has got to be for something. But what? I don't see anything up here. This hotel bed is way more comfy than my real bed. It's a solar flare. Honestly, that kind of seems to be the case for a lot of hotels. Like, the beds are so soft and comfy, especially the pillows. I don't know what it is. The last hotel I stayed in, like, I was on a work trip, so I was by myself, and I got like an entire king-size bed to myself, and those pillows were super comfy. But it's like, they always give you so many of them. Like, they give you 6 pillows, and it's like, I only need 1! Like, I want to live here. It's a solar flare. J-Dog says, and this isn't just a rare bootleg that they sold at small stores. No, the Dendy was treated like the SNES in Russia. Wow. Commercial, a mascot, everything. It's insane. I thank Connor the Waffle for introducing me to this. That is some very interesting trivia, J-Dog. Thank you for sharing. Wow. The Dendy. I love Connor the Waffle. Says Solar Flare. I don't know of him. I apologize. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and recover some health here. Because I could really use that. I'm playing kind of carelessly. As I tend to, you know, like, that's pretty typical for me. Is there anything up here that I should be aware of? Seems that way. Go, Peach! Ah, no. But now I want waffles, that's for sure. Hearing the name Connor the Waffle, I want waffles now. Though I think we should make French toast. We haven't had French toast in a while. Sky, would you like French toast tomorrow? Sky? Oh. You'd love some French toast? Sweet, we're gonna do it. We're gonna have French toast tomorrow. This is definitely one of the most chill Jeff streams I've participated in, says Solar Flare. It helps that there's only 2 people in the chat right now. I think. I mean, there's only 2 active people participating in the chat at the moment. Yeah, I'm kind of just chilling out, blasting through these levels, trying to find all the puzzle pieces. Ow. Yeah, it's okay. I can just face tank that. That's fine. This is fine. I'm really enjoying playing this post-game, though. Like, I will stand by my criticism that they really didn't need to make it so that we had to run through every single level again, trying to find 3 puzzle pieces. That seems like a lot. And the music, too. Like, trying to find the music blocks like this. Like, you have to find 4 more collectibles, practically. It might not be consistent across all of them, but about 3 or 4 collectibles in every single level again. And there's a decent chunk of levels. There's 40 levels, plus the boss levels. Plus, in addition to that, the 3 levels in each world that unlock after you beat the main, or after you beat Bowser. That's a lot of extra levels. Like, you're playing 40 levels twice, plus another 24 levels? Yeah, another 24 levels after you've completed the main game. Plus the boss levels, like you gotta beat the bosses again. That's a lot of redundancy in honesty. And I think that is a little much. Obviously, they did that to pad out the playtime some. Well, I don't know if that's like an obvious thing that they did or not. I feel like they did it to pad out the playtime because, frankly, this game is on the shorter side. Like, these levels really aren't that long. If you take more than 5 to 10 minutes, maybe, to 100% complete these levels, it's taking you a while. Okay, hon. So I will say that, I don't blame them for trying to pad out the length of the game. I don't feel like they needed to do it this way, though. The 3 extra levels at the end is awesome. Like, that I would not change. Oops. But playing through all the levels again is getting a little tiresome. Let's try this one. No. It's gonna be weird watching your stream with the sun coming up in Spain next week, because I'm used to the night darkness of the East Coast. Yeah, right? J-Dog says, after the stream ends, I posted one of the main Dendy commercials in general chat. Okay, thanks, J-Dog. I'll definitely watch that later. Gosh, I love this music. It's having a little bit less of an impact on me than it did when I first heard it. I still love it. Like, this is absolutely my favorite music in the game. It's so bop-worthy. At least it's not beating each level 5 times, including bonuses. Mario 3D World. Yeah, and Yoshi's Crafted World. Yeah, it doesn't have a completion problem like those games. But it still could be better. I'll say that. Could be better. Like, I looked up how long to beat for Super Princess Peach, and it said 8 hours or so for, you know, main quest, and then plus, and then for 100% completion, I think it said 16 hours. And I was like, 16 hours? Really? Well, now I see why. I think part of me was like, oh, that's just got to be how long they grind at the mini games to try and get coins to unlock all the collectibles in the shop. No, I think it's a little bit more than that. People who eat well done steak are dead to me. It's a solar flare. Makes me think of that one, I think the show is called King of the Hill. I think. It's like one of those Adult Swim cartoons. It shows the dad, he's grilling out steaks. And he says to his son, like he's poking at it, he says, "Firm, but with a little give. Yup, these steaks are medium rare." And then his son says, "What if someone wants theirs well done?" And he says, and the dad says, "We ask them politely yet firmly to leave." Come on, dude. Auto-scrolling time, baby. You know it. It's that time already. Oh, wait. My alarm clock's going off. What time is it? Auto-scrolling time. You know, everyone's favorite time. You know, I never realized just how adorable that sprite was of Peach going, "Ah!" I feel like that would probably disrupt my vibe here. Gosh, that sprite is adorable. Just, you know, Peach's eyes buggling out of her head. It's hilarious. I never noticed that before. Yeep! Eep! Hiya! See ya. Oh. There we go. Ouch. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to replay this level again. Give me those coins. I want them. I actually have been getting a lot of coins. That's pretty fantastic. WTF. Well, that's fantastic. Owies. There we go. That was pretty smooth. Yeah, I definitely missed something. I saw a meme where it's called, where it's a group chat called The Barbecue. Alright, I'm throwing a barbecue. Any vegans here? Kara or something. Yep, I'm vegan. Thanks for asking. Kara has been removed from the group chat. Oh wow, I 100% completed the level. Nice. Yeah, that sounds about right, Solar Flare. I appreciate that, moderator. He's got his priorities. I love you too. I'm kind of surprised you stayed up this long. Yeah, I can see it. Oops. Sounds like Sky's getting addicted to to Mario Kart, guys. If I don't get the full value out of my online subscription, at least Sky will. What is the deal with this guy? He's so fast. There we go. Oh yeah, it's almost 1 for you guys to Solar Flare. Yep, it sure is. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the stream. We're not quite there yet, but we're approaching that time. Well, I have to try this one. But yeah, if I don't get the full value out of... If I don't get the full value out of the Switch Online membership, I know Sky will. She's been playing a lot of Mario Kart Online. And that's great. Like, I'm glad that she's getting use out of the online subscription. And I've certainly gotten my fair share out of it too. I've been playing some more Tetris 99. I've missed playing that. And I've also been playing a decent amount of Mario Kart Online. Not like a ton or anything, but... Gosh, she's so fast! One of my hottest takes ever is Powerade is better than Gatorade. It's a Solar Flare. I don't really have that many hot takes, I don't think. Dude! Why is he so fast? Why is his recovery so fast? Jeez! Oh, I made him mad. I guess my hottest take is probably I like Shrek 3 better than Shrek 4. Alright, calm down, Wiggler. Apparently not. Well, he's calm, he's fine. Ew! It's a Solar Flare. Yep. That's my hot take. Why do I have to be so fast? I must be doing something wrong. Okay, get your bags. You've just been kicked off the island, says J-Dog. Man. Guys, I'm trying to be happy here. Stop throwing rocks at my head. Do. Crud. There we go. Clear out all that noxious gas. Guys, I have a question for you. I know there's only 2 of you here right now. Or if anyone's lurking, like, feel free to let me know what you think of this idea. Back in the day, back in my good old days of Volatile Upgrade, I played a third-party 3D platformer with my friend Daniel. The game was called Vex. It was one of the earliest playthroughs that I ever did on YouTube, ever. It was 9 years ago at this point that we started that playthrough. Well, almost 9. You know what? Just about 9. Yeah. It was summer of 2014. 9 years ago when we started playing that game. And I think we never 100% completed the game. We beat it, but we didn't 100% complete it. So, one of the things that I want to do in the not immediate future, but near-ish future, after Kirby Planet Robobot, I would like to play that game on my live stream with Daniel, aka Dance Warrior 777. I would like to 100% complete that game with him on live stream for your viewing pleasure. What do you think of that idea? Is that something you'd like to see? A collab between myself and one of my old friends from the Volatile Upgrade days. Wow, this is kind of intense. I love these levels though. Nah, says J-Dog. Man. Meow. I just disrespected a whole backstory with one word. Yeah, you did, J-Dog. But that's fine. Express your opinion. I did ask for it. Whoa. This is cool. So so us green just happy and yellow is really happy? Why have two of the same emotions, says J-Dog. I'm not exactly sure what the two emotions are supposed to be. Like, one's joyful, one's something else, I don't know. I don't really know what the difference is, to be honest with you. I'm down, says Solar Flare. I think I'm still going to do it. I would really like to give that game another shot. And like, I was watching that series earlier today, and I'm like, man, that was 9 years ago, but still, my voice was cringy, my jokes were cringy. I didn't really understand how YouTube worked. Let's just say I've changed a lot since that series. And I'd like to give it another shot. But hey, I'm excited for Robobot. Great game, says J-Dog. For sure. I'm looking forward to playing it as well. I've never played Robobot. I played Triple Deluxe, but never Robobot. How long is Robobot? Like, how long would you say that it would take to beat the game? I don't intend to 100% complete it, but I do want to beat it. That improv guitar song you showed me was hilarious, says Solar Flare. Yeah. Honestly, Super Mario 3D World, it was another one of those series that, like, kind of had a cringe... Oh my gosh. Kind of had a cringe video quality to it, and audio quality especially. But we did have some pretty good moments in that series. I wish I knew how to edit videos, says J-Dog. It's a process. I taught myself how to edit. And I feel like I've gotten pretty good at it at this point, but really what it is you gotta start small and work your way up. Editing is one of those things that, you know, it really just does come with practice. Like, I started with, I started with, you know, the Let's Play format. And I went pretty... I don't know if I could say I went pretty far with it, but there were certainly some things that I... Oh my. There were certainly some things that I learned how to do in the Let's Plays that really did translate over to, you know, my later videos. So, I would start with something small, even if it's something that ultimately fails, like Volatile Upgrade did. You'll gain a lot of experience from doing something small like that, and I guarantee that it'll benefit you if you want to learn how to edit videos. Jeff, should I worry about should I worry with color correction and stuff? Asks Solar Flare. No. I think that the videos that you've been shooting are fine for now. I've done a little bit of color correcting, but it's really only things like brightness, sharpness, and contrast. Those are pretty basic parameters when it comes to, you know, video. I wouldn't worry about, like, color correcting with different LUTs and stuff like that. Not yet. When you get bigger, to the point where, like, if you're making money off YouTube and, you know, people are noticing, yeah, great, then you can start thinking about it. But at least 70% of a video's importance as far as, like, pure quality is concerned. I'm not talking about the content itself, but, like, the quality of it. 70% of it is your audio quality, and like 20% of it is your lighting, and then 10% of it is your camera. So focus on your audio first and foremost. I would get that down. I'm still working on getting mine down. But that should be the thing you're focusing on first and foremost. In terms of, like, just, again, pure quality is concerned. Like, obviously, one of the things you should be focusing on is the quality of the content that you're producing. Like, you know, are people gonna care about what I have to say about this game? Like, why am I making this video? That sort of thing. Like, focus on that aspect of it first. But as far as, like, the other stuff with video production, audio is the first thing you should focus on, then lighting, then camera. Gosh, I got turnips all three of the last levels. My gosh. J-Dog says, one thing I think is funny is in all of these spin-off games, Piranha Plants have these giant gumball heads. Then in main Mario, their heads are as small as their stem. That's a good point. That is hilarious. Alright. We're at nearly 1 a.m. Should I continue? Yeah, why not? I'll play a few more levels. Or you know what, let's go on a shopping spree. I'll switch to the bottom screen and hopefully I remember to switch back. Okay, let's do Toad Shot. Okay, it's all mine. I bought everything he has to offer except for this hidden thing, and I think I need to 100% complete the game before I get that. I'm ready to go to bed, says J-Dog. Jeff, we haven't gotten a good old story time in a while. Tell us a story, or else get the death penalty. What would make for a good story time? Maybe I'll play 1 or 2 more levels while I think of story time. What's something that you would like to hear about Solar Flare? Anything in particular that you'd like to hear a story time with Jeff about? I mean, I'm sure I've got lots of interesting stories to tell. Oh, here's one. In college, I had a tight-knit group of friends. I went to college at the state college. It was what's called the State University of New York. And there's like a bunch of them in New York. And I was going to a program, or I was enrolled in a program called Engineering Science. The major started with like 30 or 40 people in it. And I remember one of the first days we were in, you know, kind of our orientation classes. Like, it was like the intro to engineering science. And I remember the professor for that one saying, look to your left and look to your right. Chances are those 2 people will not be graduating along with you when it comes to graduation time. And they were right, because it got dwindled down from like 35-ish students to like 7 or 8. Thank you. I don't know how I keep forgetting to do that. But anyway, that's not the point of the story. The point is that I had this group of friends. 7 or 8 of us were in that major, and we were all tight-knit friends. Hey Jeff, sorry I haven't been active on the stream. I went to eat lunch and swim in the pool, but I'm back. Welcome back to the stream, Jacob. You're in time for story time. I'm kind of just... I'm giving the lead up to it, right? So, long story short there, I had a group of 7 or 8 very tightly knit group of friends in college that, you know, we did everything together. We went to breakfast and lunch together. We had all the same classes. We did the labs. We got together for late night study sessions. Like, we did all that stuff together. It was great. I don't know what it was this time around. Like, if I had one class that was different from them or something like that. But I remember I was eating lunch at the Taco Bell. There was a Taco Bell on campus at the time. There isn't anymore. But I was eating my lunch there. I was like halfway through it, but I had class in 5 or 10 minutes, so I really had to get going. And so I was sitting there like munching my tacos. I think they were like the shredded chicken tacos at Taco Bell. Those things were underrated, and I wish they would bring them back. But anyway, a couple of my friends were walking on their way to the class, which was in like the next building over. And they looked at me and they were like, "Hey Jeff, you'd better hurry up or you're gonna be late for class." So then they walked up the stairs, and I was just finishing my lunch, so I threw the garbage out. I put my tray on the top of the garbage can, and I started to like, not sprint, but like at least jog to my class. I was in a hurry, and I was on my way there. And I noticed that, like, I saw my friends, they still were walking into the next building over. They were using the front entrance. And I was thinking, huh, you know what would be funny is if I took the side entrance, because the classroom is actually closer to the side entrance. And it's like at the top of the stairwell, so I bet I could beat them there. So I took the side entrance, and I did. Like, I beat them to the class. So I'm just imagining what it must have been like for them. Like, you know, they just, like, I was sitting in my seat as they walked into the classroom, and they're like, "What? We just saw you. How did you get here so fast?" So I'm just imagining what it must have been like for them. Like, they passed me in the lunchroom. They're like, "You're gonna be late to class." They get up to the classroom, and I'm there. So, I think back to that moment, and I chuckle to myself sometimes. That was one of my prouder moments at that state college. So there you go. There's story time with Jeff for this here stream on the 23rd/4th of June. Owies. I struggled with this one when I played through the level the first time, too. My gosh. Why do I suck so much at this one? Anyway, Jeff, I'm gonna go to sleep, says Solar Flare. Alrighty, man. Well, thank you very much for tuning into the stream. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, so we'll see you next time. See you on Friday. We'll go ahead and, get a little bit of my vibe back here. Or maybe just completely refill it. It doesn't take that long. See ya and have a good week, says Solar Flare. I might end up hopping on Discord tomorrow night for more Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not sure yet, but I might. We'll see. So maybe we'll see you before Friday. Have a good night. I think after this level, I will go ahead and turn in for the night. You know what? I'm cheating. Yeah, itchy. Am I the only one here, says Jacob? I think so. It's been a pretty chill stream the last little bit of time here. I don't mind that so much. Gosh, I tried to skip this and it just didn't work out for me. Come on. No! Dang it, I suck at this part. Like, really, really badly. Okay. How are the Philippines, Jacob? I trust that you're having a fantastic time. Is there anything down here? Looks like it, yeah. Give me my vibe. You threw off my groove. Oh, I'm sorry, but you threw off the princess's groove. Is there anything down here? Maybe. Gosh, I'm not sure. I know there's a secret in here somewhere, though. I should try to find that first. Before I... there it is. You got the score for Wavy Beach. M! Nice! I guess let's go down here, question mark? I cannot. Let's go back up here. Okay, auto-scrolling section. Can't really affect these spike tops whatsoever. They're basically just an obstacle. Like, you can't really interact with them at all. Just have to avoid them. Yeah, as soon as I'm done with this level, I think I'm gonna hit the hay as well. Do 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 do. Yeah, that doesn't do anything to them. Do 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 do. What's this way? Okay, I thought maybe. Yeah, I think I can pretty much just sprint through this section. I mean, there's not really much here, if anything. I mean, there's not anything hidden in this section of the stage, so let's just get out of here. 777 coins! Fantastic. That is a great way to end. And I even 100% completed that stage. Very nice. 1,992 coins. That's pretty solid. I think that's a good way to wrap up. Jacob says, the Philippines have been awesome. First, the cons. The only downsides are the weather and the bugs. It's humid as heck here. Even more than where I live. Richmond can get extremely humid. Oh, I bet. Richmond is in Virginia, right? I believe you said that you were from Virginia. You know what? I want to check out at least one more thing here. I want to check out... I want to check out the top level of Toad Jump. Wait. There's more levels? Let's go. Let's see what we got here. It's like I bought all the levels. Oops. Let's try that again. Let's go, Toad. You can do it, bud. Okay. I just had to confirm that my my button controls for this microphone input were still working. I think that I get 70 coins from beating this level. Pretty sure that's how it works. Like, you get 10 coins for each, like, progression of the level. So, like, you beat level 1, you get 10 coins. You beat level 2, you get 20 coins, and etc, etc. Meanwhile, for the bugs, the mosquitoes are horrible, as I easily get bitten. But those two things that I mentioned are the only bad things. And yes, Richmond is in Virginia. It's the capital. Gotcha. Okay, let's go ahead and do Toad Tote. Yeah, why not? Toad Tote. The flames are purple now! That's a scary one. Are there actually purple flames in real life? I don't feel like... I know there's blue, I know there's... Oh, jeez. I know there's green. Surprised to see you still streaming, says Tyon. I'm at just about 3 hours. That's a pretty typical length live stream. Nothing like the 10-hour live stream I did when I first streamed Super Mario Maker 2. Yeah, you remember that one? I think that's the first one you tuned into. Okay, this is a bit trickier. Yee. Wow. Yeah, this is extremely precise. I'm not sure if doing it with a mouse is beneficial or if it would be better if I were using a touchscreen. I feel like a mouse was probably better for this. Probably. Well, I made it. I thought I tuned into the second one for the first time. I thought you tuned into the first one. I don't know. Because I feel like I played one or two of your levels. And I think I only did that in the first live stream I did. Alright. I'm doing the most challenging mini games that I have, by the way. Don't want to hit the Marios. Nice. Wait, what? That's a ridiculous score. How do I get that high? What? Wow. That's nuts. All right, I'm not doing that again. I thought I tuned into the second one for the first time. I remember you playing that FNAF level. Well, I don't even remember that, but I don't doubt it. The place that I'm staying in is really nice. I get a house that's right in front of the beach and is right next to the island's main restaurant. That's awesome. I shouldn't be envious, but I kind of am. That sounds fantastic. Let's see the glossary. Have I pretty much filled this out? Not all of it yet. There's a couple I'm missing. I'm sure I will encounter them, or I will encounter them in, you know, the rest of the extra levels. Weirdly sideways chain chop. He wasn't beaten, hit his eyes with bombs. Mario's old enemy uses the power of Vibe Island. This Mushroom Kingdom traitor is a common sight. Let's see what else is there. How many puzzles have I completed? I got 10 out of 12 puzzle pieces there. 11 out of 24, 17 out of 24, 17, 24, and 9, 24. I'm sure that I will complete these over the next 1 or 2 live streams. I don't think that we've got more than 2 live streams left. We should absolutely be able to finish the game prior to that. Music room? What do I have? Did I get almost everything? Yeah, seems like I've got most of it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead and 100% complete this game. Like, it's gonna happen. We're gonna do it. Also, look at my Toad group now. Look at him go. Traitor insists that the Goombas were nice back in the day until Bowser happened. Yeah, I feel like that sounds right. Alright guys, I think that's gonna do it. Well, you know what, one more thing. I don't think that there's anything else at the shop that I can really buy at the moment. Like, there's this. And I feel like that's gonna be some crazy amount, like 10,000 coins or something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but whatever it is, I bet it's gonna be 10,000 coins. And then I've bought everything else. Everything else I have purchased. There's nothing left for me to purchase. But yeah, guys, I think that we left off at a good spot. Earlier today, I went kayaking in a see-through kayak and saw a bunch of starfish. I went scuba diving yesterday and explored some sunken wrecks that were featured in World War II. Wow. Jacob, that sounds awesome. You know, I'm happy for you, and I hope that you continue to have fun. And I hope you guys had fun tuning into this live stream. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. I'm really glad that we're coming back to Super Princess Peach and finishing what we started. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I go live or post a video. Join the Discord if you haven't already and you feel the inkling to. You can either post pictures of your food, post some funny memes, post your artwork. You can suggest some music for the beginning and the end of the live stream, or you can just chat with me. I love chatting with the fans, and that's where you'll hear me update you about the videos that I'm working on or my live stream schedule. There's a poll right now for whatever game I'm gonna live stream next, either Drill Dozer, Kirby's Return to Kirby's Planet Robobot, Yoshi's Crafted World again, or Super Mario Odyssey. Currently it looks like it's gonna be Kirby Planet Robobot, but if you want to vote and change the tide into, or change the balance, feel free to do so at your leisure. And yeah, I think that's it. So next Friday, starting around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're gonna keep tackling Super Princess Peach here. We're gonna keep tackling the post-game content on our quest to 100% complete this game. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. And as always, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. See you guys.